FM, your radio experience you can count on.
It is another great time to go conversational right here. It's a Thursday. It is the 5th day in the month of February 2026, and this is Eagles Morning Rises Breakfast Show. Eagles Outlook. We talk politics, we talk current affairs in this very segment of the Morning Rise. I'd like to also send a shout out to all of you who have indeed taken out time to give us credence, give us that viability, the sustainability, the tranquility that you've shown. We don't take it for granted. You are in Niger State, you are in Nasarawa State, you are in Benue State, you are in Jos Plateau State, you are in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. I'm talking about Abuja now. Thank you far too kind. I wish I can greet you all, but one name that has also always taken out time to listen to the prog show right here, Kazir, of course, of IBB. Thank you, IBB University. Right there in Lakpai, you have been doing remarkably great, and we appreciate you too for that. Right now, just before I jump into this, I think we should get on to a rebranding. Now, you are a family member with Eagles 102.3 FM. You are the Eagle. So I'll be addressing you more as the Eagle, all right? You can just begin to see yourself as that because that's who you are. You are the Eagle. So every time that we have conversations that typically shows that the Eagle is landing or has landed, you already know when an eagle lands on surface Earth and it's not soaring, it's landing, you know that there must be a serious concern, right? And we will still let you in as to when such, headlines come onto the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I'm gonna just ask you, you tell me which of the headlines become the eagle that has landed. But yeah, just before we jump into the conversation proper, I'd like to also bring to you the People's Show. All right, there is a show that's coming up that's been going on for quite some time. If you didn't know about it, ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, gather around, children of all ages. The most down-to-earth, feel-good broadcast on the airwaves. The Honorable himself, Honorable Aper the Great, is bringing you a warm, homely, and totally relatable hour of pure community magic. It's coming up, this evening, the Honorables Show. The Honorables Show. You are an honorable? Okay. You know Honorable Aper the Great, yeah? Okay. He is my leader. Okay, so he is indeed This show menu has got a lot impact for you. Simple talk shows, to range into free stage for artisans, talking about bakers, bead makers, whatever it is, wood carvers, whatever it is that you've got to tune in and feel the love, laughter, and learning flow. All right, the show time today is 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. All right, the Honorable's show. The Honorable Show, okay? 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And of course, they'll be having the chairmanship candidate from the ADC for AMAC, all right? Let's talk. The election is just around the corner, guys, all right? So the chairmanship candidates for ADC, for AMAC will be there, as well as at 7 p.m., of course, chairmanship candidates from ABGA. For AMAC will also be here, and they'll be talking about what they can do. So it's also calling for sponsorships. Local businesses. So it's opening this floor for sponsorship. Okay, it helps the community platform thriving and reaching thousands of listeners who care about local talent, transparent news, and civic engagements. That's what the show is about. So your brand can shine along. Our guests, the artisans, showing you the stand with the people. That's just the beautiful thing. So don't miss it for anything. Don't miss your story, your craft, your community, all in an unforgettable hour. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Okay? 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Two powerful people, politicians, were going to be here representing quite a number of at least two, ADC and ABGA, this evening. So don't miss it. All right, so the Eagle. Let's get into the conversation this morning. My name is Uduak Daniel, and we'll be looking into matters that concern the Dangote Refinery versus the NNPC versus the Minister of Petroleum, the battle for Nigeria's oil future. All right, power packed, right? Quite a number going on. And our guest is Professor Kamal Bello. He is a renowned expert in politics and administration and the Dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences at the National Open University of Nigeria. Now, let's get into the conversation. So, the Nigerian oil and gas sector is at a crossroads, with the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, struggling to revive its state-owned refineries, while the Dangote Refinery has emerged as a game changer. Now, NNPCL's Group Chief Executive Officer Bayo Julari recently admitted that the state-owned refineries are operating at a monumental loss. And he cited inefficiencies, lack of investments. Is your mind going somewhere now? Inefficiencies, number one, in terms of capacity, and lack of investments. And yet billions been churned into the refineries. Port Harcourt refineries, Warri refineries, Kaduna refineries. I even remember, even Mr. President was bamboozled into believing that the refineries were up and running. Oh, we celebrated it here. And I know some of you also said, UD, wait though. Wait before you celebrate. This is Nigeria. Wait, my brother. Wait. But would you blame me? Would you blame us? I love positive things. I love to be optimistic. And not even the outcome of these refineries will stop me from being optimistic and believing in Nigeria. But Nigeria also needs, the Nigerian leaders need to help me believe in Nigeria some more. And I guess that's what Bayo Julari is doing now. He's saying, look, I'm coming to undo every other thing that has been done. I'm going to bring to limelight the sham, the lies that we've been told all these time. Refineries are working. Investors are investing. Oh, we are churning out fuel. So this revelation is sparking concerns about the country's reliance on imported fuel and the impact on the economy. Imagine a scenario. Imagine a scenario where a family can't afford to fix their broken water tank. Painting a scenario for you so you get a better understanding. This family cannot afford to fix their broken water tank, but instead they keep buying water from a neighbor at an exorbitant price. That's exactly what is going on in Nigeria, where the government is struggling to fix its refineries while relying on expensive imports. So Julari's admission is like saying, we can't fix our water tank, but thank God for our neighbor who has a well. On the other hand, the Dangote refinery is like a new shining water tank that's been built next door. So Julari has praised the refinery. He's saying it's a critical stabilizer of Nigeria's energy system that is providing the much needed breathing space and intense pressure to maintain fuel supply continuity. It's like saying, thank God for our neighbor's well. It's saving us from a drought. Do we have the resources, the capacity, the financial muscle to build another well or two more or three more so we don't have to depend on our exorbitant priced neighbor's well? Oh, yes, we do. Have we done that? No. Have we been churning money into a well that is broken and is not fixable? Oh, yes. Put in millions, billions of naira. Collecting monies, loans here and there from the Buhari administration. We want to fix refineries. Monies that we've put into refineries is enough to build more than 3. Strong authority, I just said it. Is enough to build more than 3. Now, on the sidelines, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Oil, Heineken Lopobiri, is celebrating the signing of 28 new field development plans worth $18.2 billion US. 28 new field development plans worth $18.2 billion US. How much is Dangote Refinery worth again? $20 billion. So we are signing 28 new field development plans worth $18.2 billion US. And it's like saying, let's focus on digging more wells, not fixing our existing water tank. Right. But the question now, or the rationale behind this would be, can the oil fields perform without the refineries up and operational? Are we not just beating about the bush and going to circles, wasting the time of Nigerians who are optimistic that things must change? Let me break it down in case you don't have an understanding. Maybe you're still not grabbing it. It's not within your grasp yet. So the signing of 28 new field development plans means that Nigeria is getting ready to explore and produce more oil from new oil fields, not the old ones. So we have added 28 to the old ones, whatever the number will be. So think of it as a farmer getting ready to harvest crops from new fields. That's what it feels like. Let me paint you another scenario. Imagine you have a big farm with different sections, and each section has a different type of crop. So the oil fields, they are like sections, yeah? And the crops are like the oil. The government is saying, hey, let's get ready to harvest more crops. That is the oil. From these new sections, that's the oil fields. Now, the signing of these plans involves agreements with companies, both Nigerian and foreign. And these companies are supposed to help Nigeria explore and produce the oil. So it's more like you're hiring a team of experts to help harvest the crops. For example, Nigerian government is saying, hey, we have this new oil fields. Who wants to help us explore and produce the oil? The companies, Nigerians and foreign, or whether Nigerian and foreign, a mixture. Oh, we do. We'll invest our money. Our expertise. We will help you. And government says, great, let's sign an agreement. We'll share the oil and the profits. After all, subsidy is removed. Don't worry, more monies will be coming. So what is the impact of this on Nigerians. More oil production could mean more revenue for the government. And it can be used for developmental projects like roads, schools, and hospitals, but have they been used for that purpose just yet? Even insecurity, yes, to battle crime, to fight crime, bring it to a halt. Little wonder the government is now saying, oh, we are pledging so much now, we will review the budget so that we can allocate more to the military, so we can combat crime, terrorism. We'll combat it. So we'll go back into that budget and see how we can review it. 58 point something trillion, I think. Still talking about the impact. More jobs for Nigerians, both directly in the oil industry and even indirectly in supporting industries. Yeah, we hear it a lot. We hear that a lot. More jobs for Nigerians. And yet we still have people who have graduated, who have served, and after service to over 10 years, 15, 20 years, they are still walking the roadways. And you say don't get into drugs. This is not an excuse to do wrong. But there's a way that life shapes you. Frustration gets to you. There's a point in your life that if you're not careful, you throw caution to the wind. We are dynamic beings, human beings. So we change. So you can't say, I totally know this person. With time, the person will change and show some other colors that even the person did not know existed. Even you did not suspect that such a color will show, but it will show. So you expect the worst and the best from people at the same time. So yeah, it will build more industries. What industry do we have? Do we even have an industry that produces toothpicks? I'm not sure. Okay, maybe in Akwa Ibom State. Is it still running? I'm not certain. And possibly, the impact it will have on Nigerians is that more fuel available for Nigerians, and it could help reduce shortages and prices. Now, about the refineries. Think of the refineries like a factory that turns raw material or raw oil into usable products like petrol, diesel, jet fuel, kerosene, whatever you name it. If you have oil fields producing oil but no refineries to process it, it's like having a farm with crops but no way to harvest or process them. So what's the point? The oil fields can produce oil independently, but without refineries, the oil would need to be exported, sold to other countries. That's what we are facing. Or even transported to other countries for refining. Isn't that what we are doing? And this means that Nigeria would still be relying on imported refined products, which can be expensive, and it will lead to shortages. And who will be paying for it? You and I, taxation. Let's tax them. I recall during the Abacha, when Abacha was still head of state, the late Abacha, Sani Abacha, General Sani Abacha. I recall the Libyan president then, was it? Yeah, was it Gaddafi now? He had said, if I have all the resources that Nigerians have, I will make sure that even the streets that Nigerians walk on is tarred with gold. They will not need mirror to look into their faces when they are going. They just look down. Look down and you'll see your reflection of yourself. Because the money is too much. This resources, you're just wasting it. You guys are loot. You don't even know what you have. So he said. And then was Abacha, the late Abacha, General Abacha. That was the head of state then. He said, I'll tar it. I'll make Nigerian streets. You'll be walking on gold. Actually. Literally. You'll be walking on gold. That's how rich we are. So it should pain you. It should pain me. It should pain leaders, politicians, civil society organizations, NGOs, that we are where we are here. Can't even make a refinery work. Based on the previous analogy I gave, we're still relying on our neighbor's oil well. So our neighbor put in all the work to make sure that the oil well works, his own oil well works. Then we go there to fetch from them, but we buy expensive. Why? What do you expect? It's this oil well. He's got to maintain it. So a country is depending on a privately owned refinery. Not bad. But a full country like Nigeria. And yet we have this so-called importers of this commodity having links to big politicians who own these refineries outside this country. Who is fooling who? Now, as Nigerians face the possibility of fuel price hikes, don't forget they said the price per barrel has climbed up now to $73 per barrel, or $75. So we might be expecting a price hike. You've started seeing it in the filling stations now. The question on everybody's minds are, can we survive this, especially with elections preparations, harsh economic situation, the deep-rooted insecurity plaguing us? Can we survive it? What will happen to entrepreneurs, small-scale business owners, and commuters? You and I that ply the roadways, commuting to work and back. What's going to happen to us? Do we have the financial muscle to stomach it? And the president has said, I'm not backing down on the tax. It's a new reform. It's for the poor. Let the poor breathe. Is the poor really breathing? Or maybe it's because the tax has not been fully understood. Or maybe it's because we're still having, back and forth, members of the House, some of them saying, oh, it has been distorted. This one says, no, it's not been touched. Akpabio, the Senate leader, president is saying, oh, no, it's the same thing. Whoever is saying that is trying to push, too many narratives. Only for Lagos State to adopt it. And then they started to deduct the tax from your without your consent. They deduct it. And when it was brought to the head of the committee for the tax reform and all of that, can't place my head around his name now. He said, oh, that was a last resort. That would have been a last resort, before it is now deducted from yours. You didn't tell us all of this before. How much do we know about this tax reform act? So will the government prioritize fixing or building at least 2 standard refineries? Now that we've come to discover there's been a sham, we have been lied to, we've been deceived. What next? Good morning to you, good prof.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome, Professor, to the discourse this morning. Yes, Prof. You are Professor Kamal Bello, and you are a renowned expert in politics and administration, and the Dean of Faculty of Social Sciences at the National Open University of Nigeria. Prof, there are some questions that family members and Nigerians are begging for answers. How do you think the government should address the inefficiencies and lack of investment in the state-owned refineries, and what possible plans can be initiated to revive them? Because as it stands now, the NNPCL GCEO, Bayo Ojulari, has told us that we've been lied to, we've been deceived over the years. It has been a monumental It's been monumental with all the refineries. If you also recall, Prof, even Mr. President was lied to or made to believe that refineries were working and that the next phase would be the Kaduna refinery. What comes to your mind, Prof? Where are we in this country?
Good morning, family members. Good morning, our family member, our family leader, the anchor of this program.
Right. Good morning.
Life is simple. We are the one that is making it difficult. We have discovered that all this turnaround maintenance has come. Are there spirits who scammed us? Are documents not there to show who collected the money for the turnaround? Are there no laws to punish them or ask them to return the money? It's as simple as ABC. We have been scammed. We have collected money from the ports of the Nigeria. The money for other things, we have used it to do the turnaround maintenance. And then we discover the new GM of NNPC group discovered that this has come, it's not working. So the next thing is to ask both those who were there before, their signatures are there, their names are there. Call them. Why do you do this? Call the FCC, call the NCPC, call the DSSS to do more investigation. It's as simple as that. Not just all these rhetorics in the media. Many people scammed us. It's not true. Let's act. We need action this time around. Not noise again. Not talk. Talk is cheap.
Right.
Let's act. And bring those who did that to book. And at worst, let them return our money back. That's my take.
Right.
Thank you.
Let them return the money back, Prof. We let's just very quickly, very straight and straight to the point, submission you gave right there. But we'll look into more questions. Let's just take this call here from a family member. Hello, good morning to you, the Eagle.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Abdullah Mekano calling from Cuba.
All right, talk to us straight to the point. Your questions or your concern.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome from this morning.
Right.
Sir, the issue of Nigeria is very, very complicated. It's very easy to make an analysis about Nigeria's problem, but it is not easy to solve. I don't think if Nigeria is going to work again, because the system is not working. You can talk, everybody can say it. Do this, do that, we can get it better. But when it comes to implementation, it can never work. It can never work, because 99.99% of those leaders are not ready to fix this country. They are not ready to fix Nigeria. They don't want this country to work.
Right.
So you can make your own commentations, analysis, everything, but when it comes to implementation, it's not going to work anymore. They are not ready to fix this country. So we are just, deceiving ourselves. It's a country that I cannot say is caused by God. No, God does not cause Nigeria.
Okay.
But Nigerian leaders are not ready for Nigeria. This is the fact.
Okay.
They are not ready for Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Appreciate Abdullah Mekano. This is Nigerian leaders are not ready for Nigeria. He doesn't even see in the future anymore. It gets to a point where you don't understand. You don't understand it anymore because we are on the sideline, so to speak. We are like the observers, so to speak, and we are seeing the answers right in front of us. But those who have all the formulas, they don't see the answers. And so Abdullah Mekano is saying, I'm disgusted. I'm dumbfounded. I don't even know what to think anymore. Hello, good morning. What's your name?
I'm Chimeze calling from Asokoro.
All right, Chimeze, talk to us.
Thank you. Straight to the point.
Yes, please.
Like the prof said, it's unfortunate things are happening. I called on this your program. I called on other good platforms.
Yeah.
I called even TVC. When I spoke with a journalist, Babajide Otutu Toju, I believe he's listening. When he came on air, he said he visited Port Harcourt Refinery and saw with his eyes that it is working. I called him and said, you are lying. Sorry if my word is not friendly, it's my word. Mister, you are lying. These people got flared. NNPC does not work. If you know the kind of sabotage, cannibalization that took place there, you will weep for Nigeria. Mr. Henneken signing new contract is all avenue to steal money. He wants to steal money like others. Can you tell me that we spent over $18 billion under Mela Kayari, and we are telling this kind of stories? Where does this happen in a country? Now you want to say you want to technically turn around maintenance. It has been the same stories. These are a bit of corruption. Bayo Ojulari, when he was immediately appointed as the CEO of NNPC, what was his first move? Roller coaster to Rwanda, Seychelles, United Arab Emirates, in a private jet. Who owns that jet? Let us start from somewhere. He has gone in there to see that it is above him. But now let me give you the shocker. They want to use Nigerians' money to repair that NNPC, sell and buy it for themselves. Is it only crude that we should benefit from? What comes out of crude? The rubber and the other products. Who accounts for them? Let them bear in mind, I wasn't born then. 3 drug pushers were executed in Nigeria under a military regime, not an administration. They didn't commit that crime when that regime came into power. It was a retroactive. The degree was set back and they were used as an example. Don't rule out that possibility in Nigeria.
Okay.
The dispute is too much. Where is Mela Kayari? I asked them a question. Where is Mela Kayari? Okay, let me give you a shocker. Finally, let them debunk what I have said. Do you know that NNPC is still taking people? Underline this word. How can something that does not profit you still taking people? Whether they are temporary, they are casual, they're still taking people.
You mean employment? Is that what you're saying?
Thank you very much.
Okay, Chimezie right there. Prof, are you there?
I'm there. I'm okay.
You've heard what the family members say. I don't know. Any thoughts?
Come again?
I said you've heard what the family members said. Any thoughts, from that?
The same thing I've said.
Great. Okay. Let's just
realize that people are not sincere.
Yeah. Okay.
Let them return our money.
Okay.
And what I want to add, if I'm allowed,
go ahead,
is that this refinery is part of public enterprises. What we call import substitution. Most of those enterprises have been sold, have been privatized, commercialized, privatized. Since 1988, almost 40 years now, we have been singing the song of privatization. Let's privatize these NNPC refineries. See how Dangote Refinery is working under privatization, under a private entity ownership. Let's privatize. Obama just sold it. Yaradua reparted it back, and we are still wasting money on it. Let's face the reality about our life.
Okay.
They should be sold out to individuals who can maintain it.
Okay.
And give us local products of oil products. That's all. Thank you.
All right. But Prof, do you think that the Dangote refinery alone can meet Nigeria's fuel demand? And shouldn't the government by now tell Nigerians what it intends to do in the energy sector, government's plan, in order to ensure competition affordability?
It's simple. I will not say the competition. With Dangote refinery, you see the price has gone up to 1,500 before. It came down to 900, came down to 800, at the time 600 plus. Now it came to back to 700-800 per liter. The competition is there already. And why? Adam Smith told us about how economic is wrong. How economy of a country is very wrong. He called it invisible ant. And this invisible ant is demand and supply. If you supply plenty to the market and there's no demand, you will force the price down. People are not buying fuel again. Where are they going? Where is the money to buy? How many people are filling their tanks? So if people are not buying and you have stock, you have to reduce the price. And I'm a witness in it. Even in Abuja, you go to a filling station, they will say it's 880 today. After 2-3 days, it will come back to 800. After sometimes you come back to 790. The competition is there already. What competition are we looking for?
But Prof, when you say competition, who is Dangote competing with?
Well, it's competing with us, the consumer.
Oh, okay. Not with another refinery. It's competing with the consumer. The behavior of the consumer towards the good. Okay, go ahead.
Capitalism. Mm-hmm. Capitalism. Sometimes they will form they will form association.
Yeah.
Association of cat pusher, association of rice seller, association of grinding machine service provider, and they will fix price. There's association of barber, the association of saloon, and they fix price. You can't go below the price. That's why they try. There are many. All of them must fix the same price. Association of welder, association of mechanic, they fix price. So what is the competition there? Because capitalism knew there's competition if there are many. But they came back again and formed society, association, and fixed price. Anywhere you go, you see the same price and you follow. If you have many refineries and they can go, are you not aware that Dangote said is producing more than what you can use and is exporting? It's exporting refined products. People are even alleging him again that even crude oil that we have in Nigeria is importing it. And after refining, it's exporting it because there are no demand. It is we consumers that we are competing with him, the supplier. And that's what Adam Smith said about invisible hand that control the economy.
Demand and supply.
Whereby the demand and supply determine the price.
All right. Well, let's take some more calls from the family members now. Hello, Eagle. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, you.
Yes, good morning, Terry Kimby from Nassau, I believe.
The voice of the one crying in the wilderness.
Appreciate Terry Kimby.
Yes,
talk to us. Go ahead.
From Nassau State.
Yes.
Yes, I want to quickly say that, you see, we are all cried for that those refineries should be sold to Babambora. Let them just buy it and do whatever they want to do with it.
You mean a scrap? You mean a scrap? It should be sold as scrap. Okay.
Yes, because if you look at the money that have been injected in, over the years, it's enough to build more than one refinery. So Dangote has, as a civil individual, has been able to put one together, and it's working and it's serving us well. And so why can't the government that is bigger than him do so? But you also understand the fact that people who are in government, most of them don't take government business seriously. In fact, they go there and they put their own interest first, and what they're after is getting whatever they can get. And those who have been ministers, and I'm surprised that from Obasanjo to the rest, Obasanjo, except maybe Yar'Adua to Buhari, the Tinubu, they have all made themselves ministers of Petroleum. I don't know what they have seen. Why can't the president make himself minister of agriculture or education? They will come here as president and they will make themselves as ministers of Petroleum, and those never works. And the minister for state, they have always devised his ways to see how they can get their own money too. Lastly, we talk about increased budget for the army. You see, Nigerian government is budgeting money to fight, criminals. But they are not budgeting the same money to empower the youth. How well are those in government, the state governors, the local government, the federal government, are they empowering the youth? They are not empowering the youth, but they are budgeting money to fight the youth who are decided that since they are not empowered, they will go and fight and make the country to be upside down. So I'm calling on the government to focus on empowering the youth. If we empower the youth, some of those youths will not go into crime. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate Turkin be right there giving us submission. I mean, what is your thoughts on the conversation, in the conversation right now? Because as it seems, Ojulari has come out to exposing the state, the sham of refineries that we have, and appraising Dangote Refinery, saying, Dangote Refinery has brought stability, to Nigeria, so to speak. And on the other side, We are having a Heineken Lokobiri, Minister of Petroleum, Oil, signing 18 point something billion US dollars for 28 oil fields that have been discovered. And so the rationale is, are we focusing more on the oil fields and not focusing on the machinery that should refine the products that will be coming from the oil fields? Which one should we give priority? Take note that the 28 oil fields are new, and they are going to be added to the old oil fields. So there are other oil fields that has not been catered for by a well-built refinery or working refinery, because we just have one, Dangote Refinery. That's all we have. The others are still in their building process, the BUA and the rest, and they're still private. Does this also mean that government in its own self cannot also manage at least two refineries? And the good prophet said, hey, you know what? With this revelation, which we know already, shouldn't the conversation be about all the people involved in terms of contract signing, signatures, and all of that? Bring back our money. Prosecution. Bring it back. Just bring the money back. That's all we want. Or maybe you shouldn't go to prison. Okay, but give us our money. That's what we want, is our money. Bring it back. Well, let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Yudi.
Good morning to you, brother.
Good morning. This is Abubakar from Sumbega.
All right, Abubakar.
Your guest. Very, very wonderful and analysis. Your girl, we appreciate it this morning.
Great, thank you.
Yudi,
yes,
let me just go straight to the point.
Please,
they should return the money.
Right.
They should return the money. Corruption in this country. Nobody is ready to fight corruption in this country. It is only God we rely on. We depend on God to come and fight corruption for us and destroy all those who are in the aim of affairs that they are killing this country. Destroy their plans. Thank you very much.
All right, Abubakar, straight to the point. Well, Prof,
Yes,
there is another angle, Prof. Just on the sidelines, Lokobiri has signed a contract with Nigerian and foreign companies over 28 newly discovered oil fields, and we are celebrating it. And now we don't have refineries. Where should the focus really be? You've said you've advocated for privatize these refineries, but is there any refinery left to privatize? If I was a business person, would I want to go and buy over the Port Harcourt refinery, the Warri refinery, the Kaduna refinery, even after all the antecedents that I've seen? Nothing coming out from that refinery. And yet we are here celebrating new oil fields to add to the previous. So is this going to solve the problem of imported fuel?
Thank you. Let me start by saying that if you know that corruption is deep in Nigeria and we cannot fight it, we establish EFCC, we establish ICPC, the courts are there to fight corruption. Why is the GMD of NNPC telling us? Some of us have forgotten that it is a sham. It's scam. It's the one waking us up again, raising up our BP. That's all these billions of dollars and we spend. We are just in the drain. Why is he reminding us? Why does he want to achieve? Some people will hear this, who cannot eat well, whose salary is not more than so amount 100,000. You know, so all these things we are carrying our money in millions of dollars. So it's scam. So to me, our leaders should stop either instigating us or raising our blood pressure unnecessarily or entertaining us with all these figures that were being stolen. Secondly, where oil trade recovery or discovery, the essence of it is to extract crude oil.
Right.
And we can sell outside and make money out of it. So what the Minister of State for Petroleum said is in order 28 or 26 oil wells were discovered, and they would know how much they will make out of it. Refinery is a different thing. We have Dangote refinery, and it's serving us to the extent that it's even exporting refined oil to other countries. So we are on track. Then the third point I want to make, if the refineries cannot work, why are we keeping them? Why are we spending money to maintain them?
Some
Some
observers have said it's a conduit pipe.
That's what we're saying. That is the conduit pipe. Can't you sell it out?
Right.
And let us have rest of mind. That's what you call privatization to say. As you said in one of your submissions, if you cannot sell this thing out, that it cannot work, sell it as scrap. If you sell it as scrap, we'll make money out of it and put it in our post
But,
to repair our roads.
Prof, do you feel the same about the Ajaokuta, steel company? Just, I don't mean to digress, but do you feel the same about Ajaokuta too?
The same thing.
Do you feel the same way? Like sell it, take it.
Ajaokuta was established in 1981.
Yeah.
Shagari.
Yeah.
It has not produced 1 inch of iron. And people are working there, retiring there. People spend 5 years and retire without producing anything. And as somebody said, NNPC is not doing any work. Ajaokuta is not doing any work, and you are employing people there. It's painful. They are employing people, paying them big salary in NNPC. Ajaokuta is not working. If something is not working, what do you do with it? Discard it, dispose it off. You have a fan in your house. The fan is not working. And you are still recharging it and spend money. If it's our personal money, we will not spend it like that. It's because it's government money. It's public money. If not, how can you keep an unworkable vehicle in your house and be spending on it? Any vehicle that's not working, we find a way to sell it, even as scrap. There are many iron companies, manufacturing companies, who are looking for scraps. Most of the cars that cannot work, we sell it out to them.
Okay.
If the refineries are not working, the 3 of them that we have, if they are not working, let's dispose them off. Why are we maintaining them? We keep workers there doing nothing, collecting salary and allowances in a big way. That more than those of us that are even working.
So, Prof, you believe it's all a distraction. This whole conversation, this whole angle from Ojulari, and it's all a distraction.
It is. It's professionally. It's professionally. Why are you telling us that they scammed us? And you are there sitting on the seat. And you cannot call them to book. Bring them to book. Call the NNPC to come and investigate them and return our money. It's not we in the public or the press in the telling that they scam us all the money for refinery for maintenance. As they are not maintained, they are doing samples. We don't need it. We don't need information. It's action. What we want is that those who stole those money, you cannot address press. They have returned also millions of dollars. That's all. We clap for him. We can even campaign for him to be our senator.